So my dude's Valkyr, back at it again with another strategy guide. Now this one's a little bit more difficult, soaring winds with the dragon. I always say this is the easiest one because this one you can genuinely just run through and ignore the mechanics. But I'm going to try to explain the mechanics. You always want to try to keep a space unit with this one so you can be type advantage to try to help burn this down, because between the poison and the card locking, it does add up and it can be bad. You can get some bad RNG runs, but you can genuinely just blitz this boss down and ignore all the mechanics. So if you guys want, you can counteract the poison, you can remove the poison, you also bring Trainee to heal. You can bring some form of a healer, like I could swap out Trainee with Rimuru, or not Rimuru, Milim, and that'd be good, but you really want to try to focus around that Rimuru to come in and deal a lot of damage. And that's basically how we're going to do this run. We're going to let Rimuru shine, that's how it works. You don't have to have a magic or physical team, none of that's specific. But if you're struggling with this, look into bringing a healer or a poison resistor, like poison evader, kind of like Xion, Dark Xion. She lets you evade poison as well if you manage to get her. There's a lot of options, but you really want to focus on those things, healer or poison evade, because you're going to get locked out of a lot of cards. Here we gotta choose. We actually, okay, so what I'm going to do isn't the correct option. You wouldn't want to do this normally, but my Diablo is really strong, so we're going to actually use Diablo's cards instead. You would normally swap in Rimuru to hit for those cards because you would want Rimuru to get the weak spot damage, but my Diablo is so stonked out and duped out that he actually deals more just doing that. So we're definitely going to do that instead. So next we are actually going to do a little bit of tomfoolery here. We're going to convert that on over. Then we're going to boppity bop bop bop, build up some protection. All right, you can see blue is actually weak here. I always bring Sue because he's just good. I like to bring him into my team. We have a bunch of oranges here, and we might just want to burn, but let's burn the greens instead. So what we're going to do now, we're going to swap you with you. We can see that we have 2 greens coming out of the wazoo. We're going to go ahead and burn this, and the soul card should actually be available to use soon. I don't think the lockout lasts for forever. Next up, what do we want to do? We want to boppity bop bop bop. We want to just keep burning these because we can't combo the full 6 anyways right now. We have to wait till we either have a full hand of soul cards or the soul cards are done, or this dude's done being a meanie head and done locking up my soul cards. We have a bunch of Rimuru cards here, so what we're actually going to do is we don't want to turn it blue because as you can see, blue cards got locked out as well. So what we want to try to do, we want to try to bring Soe back. Let's bring him back. And then we're going to try to convert and see if we can actually make a Rimuru conversion. Alright, Pog. So we had a Rimuru conversion, so now we can burn off 4 cards real quick. We boppity bop bop bop. And we go ahead and we move on with this one. You can see Rimuru, whenever he gets guarded, he loses a lot of damage. Guard is obviously not good for your damage, so you want to try not to let that happen. Hooked on a feeling, high on believing, that I'm gonna kill you. So whenever you go through this first ult here, you're basically just gonna have to take it. He's gonna follow up with an AoE. Now the second ult, if you're taking too long and you reach the second ult, that's whenever you're gonna run into some issues. You'll probably get a couple people killed during that. But, I mean, what's a revolution without some sacrifices? Am I right, guys? So, because I know I'm about to reach this max, I'm going to get this just for the little bit of skill gauge that I'm going to get. You can see it popped off Rimuru's ult for next turn, so we're going to go ahead and get ready and do all this. And burn it off. We want to make sure Rimuru's actually the last hit, so we can try to get that weak spot damage. But look at Diablo's hits, 1870, right? He saw, like, Rimuru's is only 1600. Diablo genuinely deals more damage than my Rimuru, it's just how it is. Actually, I think they're dead this turn. I've been wanting to try this combo for a minute. I just haven't had a chance. So I don't know how this is going to go. It all depends on if we crit. But if we crit, this is going to be really stonkies. This is going to be really good if we crit. So we're going to burn all this. Actually, I kind of want to do a little bit of this too, since we already have it, and you know, I'll just get it again. Let's go ahead and boppity bop 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 bop. I think this is probably over right here. So Rimuru gonna hit pretty hard here. Weak point. 1, 2, Savage combo with the old man, crit. And now Diablo's turn. He's at about a 40% crit rate, I believe. So this is gonna be interesting. He didn't even crit, he just hit for 11k. Pog Diablo. So, that's basically how you do it. I didn't get to it, but if you get to the part with the second ult, I want to make sure to describe this right away. If you get to the second ult part of this, before you reach it, the turn before second ult, he's going to stun your entire team. They are going to stun your team, and then they are going to trap your team in. So make sure you have 3 units in that you're ready to sacrifice, and you're not sacrificing your main weak point damage dealer or your main DPS option. Make sure you're holding on to your main DPS option and keeping them safe. Just learn the danger turns and learn how to play around them. Other than that, thank you guys for watching as always. If you guys have any questions about the lizard, let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.